that time again. I'm going to tell some jokes for about 5 minutes. Might seem like a couple hours, but I promise you it's only a few minutes. All right. Apparently, I was reading the other day, 1 in 3 Britons are conceived in an IKEA bed, in an IKEA bed. And when I heard this, I was quite surprised, because I was just at IKEA and it's lit really bright. And people are everywhere. So. When I was young, I used to hate those Russian dolls. You know? So full of themselves. When I was growing up in Scotland, I got a chance to go to university in London. So I packed my stuff and I was off to London and to school. And my mother called me one day, and after I was there for about a month, and she says, "How are you liking it?" And I says, "It's fine, but these English, they're a little strange." I said, "Every night, the guy who lives next door to me is banging his head against the wall until about midnight. The guy upstairs, he's stomping around, stomping his feet all night till about midnight. The guy beside me, on the other side, the guy below me, he plays the rock music till midnight." And my mother says, "Well, why don't you complain?" I said, "Well, it doesn't really bother me too much. I'm usually up practicing my bagpipes." Anyway, so.
That's a good one.
My grandfather, he was in the army. He was he specialised in clearing minefields. He always wanted me to follow in his footsteps. Hey, don't start with it. He was in the army, and when he was in the army, he loved to play board games. But the army banned him. He said no more board games. In fact, he was locked up for some time because he was a Yahtzee sympathizer. See, as he got older, my grandfather, he got more and more angry, and he kept complaining. He would say things like £1.50 for a cup of coffee, £2 for some finger sandwiches. And I said, "Look, Papa, you popped round. I never invited you." Sometimes I wonder what he would think of me. Actually, after he left the war, he ended up in the kebab business. And he's probably turning in his grave. I'll wait. About a month before he died, we covered his back in lard, and all his over his back. After that, he went downhill very quickly. Most of my family are actually not. They're not in the kebab business. They're actually police marksmen. I've got a lot of that in my family. Everybody was that, except for my grandfather, of course, who was in the kebab business. But after that, he was a bank robber, and he died quite recently. You know, surrounded by his family. My grandmother, she's a bit like the Beijing government. When you go around, you only see the nice china. This is a serious story. She got her neck. She got caught one time. Her scarf got caught in one of those Ferris wheels that you see at the fairground, and it was quite serious. But she did regain consciousness. You know, after all, you know what they say: what goes around. As long as I'm happy. She worked as a girl, actually, my grandmother. But that reminds me, anybody want to buy a broken barometer? No pressure.
Terrible.
Did you see the fog that we had yesterday? You know, I tried to catch some, but missed. Yesterday I was at the gym, and somebody stole my mood ring. I don't know, not quite sure how to feel about it though. People used to laugh when I said to them when I told them I wanted to be a comedian. No one's laughing now. Well, my birthday, it was my birthday yesterday, and thanks. I got one of those universal remote controls, and I never knew these things existed. And when I opened it up, I looked at it and I thought, this changes everything. On my computer, I was using my computer the other day, and it says, your password needs to be 8 characters long. So I used Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. I'm reading a book at the moment. It's called The Anti-Climax. The first part's good. Did I already do my déjà vu joke? My wife started work recently, but it's difficult to say what she does. She sells seashells by the seashore. We were sitting the other day and she accused me of being immature. She says, get out of my fort. Some people say that firefighters deserve more money. There was a poll taken and they all fell through the hole in the floor. By the way, in university, when I was at university, going back to that earlier joke, I studied agriculture and I specialised in sheep. Yeah, that's true. I got graduated with a BAA. Whoa, hey. I went to the zoo the other day, and there was only one dog in the zoo. It was a Shih Tzu. A man walks into a bar, and he's got a roll of tarmac under his arm. He says, pint please, and one for the road. A woman has, okay, there's a woman, this is a true story. There's a woman, and she has twins, right? One of them goes to Egypt. That one's called Amal. The other one goes to Spain. That one's called Juan. Right? Years later, Juan sends his birth mother a picture of himself, and the birth mother goes to her husband and says, "I really wish I had a picture of Amal." And her husband looks at her and says, "But they're twins. You know, if you've seen Juan, you've seen Amal." Thank you.